right now 6 a.m. in the morning. The reason why I've woken up so early is because I'm in this sort of lock-in phase in my life wherein we're just testing out a new routine, testing out new habits, and basically just getting, you know, locked in. And the main aim of this week is to really push myself and change my belief systems about the things that I can do. That's like the main goal. Because right now, I was on a coaching call, right? And my mentor said this, that if you have been stuck in the same place for over a year, it's because you haven't changed in over a year. If you change as a person, your reality changes. And to put it into a very normal term, what I mean by that is if your inputs change, your output changes. If your input doesn't change, your output is never going to change no matter what. You cannot have that delusional optimism that, oh, things will be fine. It doesn't work like that. And so that is what I realized. And that is why exactly I wanted to go on this lock in phase. And this entire week is essentially just going to be keeping everything super simple and optimized for work. I'm not even going to go to the gym for this week, which sucks, but it is what it is. But the main goal, everything has been mapped out. For example, I've written down exactly what I need to achieve this week. Let me just turn on my aesthetic light. Yeah, that looks so much more better, boys. That looks so much more better. But yeah, the main aim is to really push myself and see what all things can I actually achieve in my life if I really put my attention towards it. And even the goals for this week, the way I've mapped it is that these goals are not based on the outcome but on the inputs, because there is no control over the outcome that I have. No way for me to control that. The only way for me to control what I can is the inputs and the things I'm going to do. So, yeah, that's it. So, I'm just going to lock in for a couple of hours right now. I'm going to take some caffeine and get done with my first work block today. And then after that, I'll probably make some breakfast, show you guys around. If not, you'll probably hear it from me in the evening or something. So, yeah. Alright, boys, this is day two. It is 6:30 in the morning. I woke up a little late because I've decided to wake up late because I just want to finish off my sleep properly. But right now, um, I'll just be extremely honest with you guys. Things are extremely tough. I can tell you this much. I don't want to get into too much details and expose myself, but the business is doing like shit. We're in the trenches. Like, we're big time in the trenches. Like, nothing is going right. We are losing everything, and it's overall not a nice feeling at all. Everything is going to shit. And yeah, overall, this just absolutely sucks. And I've had yesterday was such a terrible day that I didn't even want to record anything in the evening because uh, I just didn't feel like recording anything, and I was just in a very terrible state of mind because I had such negative thoughts and emotions and everything associated with what I'm doing, and overall, it just ruined a lot. So, again, the goals that I have for this week are very straightforward. Like, the inputs that I need to do are very straightforward. The only thing that is sort of like the problem is the emotion associated with these inputs and doing these inputs properly and getting them done. This is where I'm really like messing up. Um, yeah, I'm gonna start a new routine wherein I'll go for a 1 hour walk as well sometime in the day because I need to step out of the house. I have no reason to step out right now, but I do need to step out, get some sun in, get some air in. And yeah, so right now the goal is going to be to just get the first work block done. And I've bought this like replacement for coffee with like these chewing gums. I don't know if it works well or not actually in real life, or maybe it is just placebo, but they taste pretty good. And I don't know, when I eat this, I feel like I can focus. I'm not too sure if that is placebo working or not. So, yeah, I'm just gonna get back to work. We're gonna do some outreach, we're gonna work on content, record a bunch of stuff. Then I'll see you guys, and yeah. Let's just maybe I'll have a yap session as I'm eating food or something.
Alright boys, it is 1 p.m. I just got done with recording some content and basically the entire work day. That's why I'm wearing this cap, because I just got a terrible haircut and I don't really like this haircut at all. But essentially today is the 5th of August. I'm like really pushing up a lot of work in terms of actually getting the attribution system built out. And I was talking to my mentor, and I was asking for advice on how, how to solve the bottleneck in the business, because like we've been really stuck for some time. And he told me that you need to think of it as a tree. It sounds weird. Let me explain. You need to think of it as a tree. That is, instead of looking at the fact that the leaves are drying off, instead of that as the problem, the real problem is the fact that the roots are not getting enough water. If that makes sense. It sounds a little weird. I hope it makes sense. It made sense to me. But that is essentially how problems exist in the business. It's that usually what you think is the problem isn't really the problem. And what you don't think is the problem is the problem. So what I figured out was that the reason why I was not booking enough calls was because of certain words I was using in my outreach, if that makes sense. Which is so weird, because I didn't even think of that as the bottleneck. I was thinking of the other thing as the bottleneck. That is how I'm making my messaging and stuff like that. So obviously the real bottleneck was the words I was using in my outreach, which obviously I solved for and I've implemented. And that is the real perspective shift that I had. That is, most of these problems are just so surface level, because these are just problems that seem obvious to you but are not actually the problems in the first place. These are like symptoms of the problem. So that has basically been what happened yesterday. I just finished recording and I'm gonna edit some stuff as well. Get a Miro board reel out, which is gonna be interesting, because I know like the trend of Miro reels has happened. Like it used to really pop off and now it's like died off. Essentially everybody stopped doing it and is now moving on to it. So I have this I have this gut feeling that it's going to work again. I somehow have this feeling that if I post that video, it is going to work really well. So we're gonna test that hypothesis out today. And we're going to test it as a trial reel as well. So let me show you how attribute looks like right now. As you can see in attribute right now, this is like the main dashboard, wherein you'll be able to view your content views, your link clicks, your booked calls, your cash collected, and see exactly how the content to cash funnel looks like. That is the amount of people who convert into clicks, the amount of people who convert into calls, all of that beautiful stuff. We're working on the smart links right now and the goal progression and the YouTube connection as well. We're also going to be implementing a nicer, UI. This is somewhat like the basic shit that we have, but basically like you'll be able to connect your Instagram and YouTube. Mainly those are the two funnels we're going to use, and just building that stuff up right now. So this is like a very raw view of it, but I really need this tool for myself, and a lot of people do as well, to see exactly, like for example, how much cash can be attributed to every single platform that you put out, and based on first touch, last touch, then being able to share the dashboard, and also having like notifications on when someone actually logs in. So being able to like produce these smart links and then being able to see exactly how everything looks like. This is basically what attribute is going to become. I'm gonna make some coffee right now, and then we're going to go to the gym today after a long break. So yeah, I'm interested in that. Maybe I'll take the camera. Today I think is a leg day. So yeah, we're gonna hit a leg day today. Let's just see how it goes. August. This is I think day 4 or 5, I don't remember. Today is a very thinking day. It's a big thinking day, in which basically like revamping everything we're doing, because there is a huge problem in the business and I'm trying to solve for it. And effectively what I thought and came up with was that there is a huge problem in terms of how I'm being positioned in the first place. Because if you really think about this, the best way to structure any business is to be the infrastructure of your customers, or the basic thing that they do. For example, toothpaste, right? If you think about toothpaste, it is a basic need. It's like an infrastructure to your life, right? You don't ever stop using toothpaste in the first place. You don't. And so that's what I was thinking, was that as such, content is a very commoditized service.
right? It's a very commoditized service. And if in my deliverables and in the thing that I'm doing, people think of me as someone who's going to edit content for them, then we're in a terrible position. Because obviously that's not really how things need to go. So it's sort of like right now I'm selling a very commoditized service to a very broke market and then expecting people to like want to work. Because as such, if you really think about organic, there is not a lot of potential in organic specifically in terms of what all uh, you know the growth that you can get within the first couple of months. Because if you think about paid ads or outreach, it's like you can do more and you'll get more. For ads, not really, because obviously there's a threshold that gets reached. But mainly, if you really think about it, it's like with organic, it takes you at least 6 months. 6 months of consistent posting, and then you have things that pop off. So it's like if we really want to be in a position wherein things are going to work for us and it's going to work in our favor, we need to be in a position wherein, sorry, me as in we as in me, I need to be in a position wherein the company is positioned in such a way that we build the infrastructure for organic. So I sort of deduced it down to two niches, and I'm not really sure which one I should pick, but the two niches are somewhat like info businesses and SaaS. Because I'm seeing this huge uptrend in which SaaS company owners or founders of SaaS companies are building brands and like vlogging and showing their lives, and they're gaining a lot of users. And that is a very smart thing to do because SaaS didn't really do it well for a long time. If you really think about like SaaS content, organic marketing, it's like YouTube SEO optimized videos, wherein you sit down and you showcase like, oh, this is how to send the best email and this is how you get emails from instantly or something, right? But there is not such a huge positioning advantage in that, in the sense that, for example, if you have someone who's running a SaaS company, they usually will think of ads as the way to acquire leads and content that becomes super SEO optimized. But that's not really the case of how it works. You can get a lot of shit done through content if you know how to position. I can't really deduce and figure out what niche to pick in between these two. So it's sort of like very confusing at the moment. But I'm going to start implementing a new outreach mechanism. So the new outreach mechanism is going to be as such is that we're going to implement DMs. Obviously, it's going to exist on a daily basis. I'm going to create a separate, like another separate account to send more DMs from that. So it's going to be sort of like 50 DMs a day that we do and right now, and then scale up as the weeks go on. And also, we're going to be implementing like 20 cold emails, personalized cold emails a day. And the way we're going to position it is that we're going to reach out to the SaaS company owners and we're going to tell them that I have built like an entire slide deck of exactly how they can get more users for their brand completely for free that they can steal at any point of time. It's basically just going to be a sales pitch anyways, because you already know the game is a game. But it's going to be a sales pitch, but we position it in such a way that people feel like, okay, shit, this guy's doing something and it's different and I want to see what he's doing. That's that. Now, there is also another thing that I'm working on, which is sort of like a creative project of mine, because I really wanted to build something like this for a very long time, and I've like sort of designed some stuff. Is a clothing line, which is crazy, but I know people don't really expect it, but it is a clothing line, and I've built a few designs for shirts and a sweat, like a hoodie, and I really like it. I really love these designs. Like I feel look very cool, and these are designs that I would like to personally wear because I was thinking of like anyways like having good clothes. I thought might as well make it my own, make my own clothes. Like, who's gonna stop me, So it's like I'm gonna make my own clothes now. So I'm just gonna show you the designs and please let me know what you think of it. It's like sort of like the first shirt design is life is one when you create more than consume, sort of targeted towards this, how it'll look like. I feel like it looks really, really cool, right? And again, life is fun when you create more than consume, sort of like targeted towards people who build shit and create shit and then dare to imagine. Just super minimal, super clean. Maybe I'll change the design a little bit because I don't know if this will look good or not, but dare to imagine, sort of like a reminder to actually do things. And like the creatives club, this looks so cool, dude. This hoodie looks so cool and these shirts look so cool. So maybe I'll get these printed off this week and we'll unbox it together and just see how it looks and how these shirts actually feel in terms of
the quality and how they actually look like in real life. Thing is that it is so important for you to actually build shit and do cool shit in your life, because most people just don't do that, right? Most people don't do cool shit, and because of that, their lives are very boring. Like, think about this. I'm revamping our offer, our positioning. I came up with a new shirt design that I want to get printed. I don't plan on selling it at the moment, at least. I don't know, because I'm not really into e-com anyways. But let me know if those shirts actually look cool. Because if they look cool and you guys want it, I'll build the third company. Oh shit, bro, crazy. We got some crazy shit. We also built the sign up page for Attribute, which looks absolutely cool. You can probably see it in the description or something. I don't know if I've put it or not. Maybe I have, maybe not. You can go and follow me on Instagram if you want to see that. Because I want to see how well people actually respond to the software tool, or like the internal tool we are building and currently planning to use, because it's a useful tool for me as well, and it will be very useful to service clients. And I just want to see if it's like worth it as a software company or something. We'll just see. I don't know what to do. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'll actually, yesterday I didn't really hit legs. I hit upper body. Because like I had to restructure the days. I don't skip leg days, by the way. Today is a leg day. We're gonna hit leg day today. Maybe I'll record some stuff. I kind of forgot to record. Forgot to bring the camera to the gym, so I couldn't really record anything because my phone is absolute buns. But yeah, today's a leg day. Let's see if I can record some stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace. Alright, today is the 10th of August. It is almost 10 a.m. I actually have 3 sales calls right now. Now, the really important thing about this, and I want to update you guys a little bit. I'd taken a break Saturday, Sunday. I was very tired and very exhausted. I am still exhausted, I'm not gonna lie, but we have 3 sales calls today. And the point of these sales calls is basically these are software owners, they run SaaS. And I noticed this one difference, that is, most of these people who are running softwares don't have a personal brand. And I personally see a lot of videos about people who own software, who have personal brands, who do this type of stuff, and I like their softwares a lot. And so I noticed this gap, that is, a lot of these software companies aren't leveraging content in the way they can or they could. And so that is where my idea basically is, that I'm going to take these calls, some more like research calls, and understand exactly what does the market want, and if this niche of like software to company owners is viable. I have no problem in switching from info to this, because as long as there is enough demand, I'm ready to supply whatever skills I have. So that's what I'm going to do now. Is I've got these 3 calls. I'll get some snippets for you ready. I'll also record these calls and document this, and I'll get back to you after I'm done with all these calls. Alright, geez, the first call didn't really show up because there was some like error. That guy was not really aware that he had booked in for a specific time. He thought it was booked in for a different time. So we got another call in like 20 minutes from now. I just finished recording a YouTube video, and this YouTube video is going to be very niched. So the process is, essentially what I've come to realize is the current YouTube channel that you're probably watching this on isn't really working well, and I believe it's because Instagram has flagged me as a scam account in that sense. So I'm not going to get into why it has done that. I mean, obviously there is no reason. I don't scam anybody, obviously. Oh shit. But for some reason, this AI ban thing that is happening with YouTube, and overall, if you're in the YouTube space and the faceless channel space, you'll know about this, that there is a huge wave of banning and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be posting that niched video on a very specific YouTube channel, or new YouTube channel, just to see if my theory is right. And this is very raw, by the way. It's like, I think, like a 20-minute video with me essentially on a whiteboard, just talking about how to come up with top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel ideas. Just me speaking my mind as if I'm talking to a client. Because that's what I've realized is what this space is lacking, and what people are actually wanting is the specific videos. I personally watch videos like that. I just thought I might as well make it and just this vlog is also going out soon. So that's basically it. And yeah, I also recorded a yap video, yap reel, as people like to say. And basically, like, the trial reel framework we have is just so stupidly simple, man. Like, it's so insane. I can effectively like create 10 reels out of it and post 10 reels today, or maybe 10 reels over this week. I just don't even have to record once. Like, this entire week, I don't have to record a single reel. I can choose to do that. and I can post so much time, and like I can attract so many ICPs, and I can post so many times without having to worry about anything. It's just absolutely insane, man. Like I absolutely love this new strategy that we have. If you want me to explain more about that, I could make a video about explaining exactly how we make the trial reels so that they work, in the sense that, you know, Instagram doesn't think it's spam content. So that's that. We have to do the call in about 20 minutes. Then we've got another call at 2 p.m. with another SaaS owner. And after that, we're going to go home. And yeah, that's basically going to be the end of the day. So it's a bunch of calls, a bunch of content creation, a bunch of like doing shit that is cool. So yeah, I'll also be finalizing some shirt designs because I really want to like have my own shirts. Like I would find like that's just so cool to have. I personally like to build shit, so that's just going to be very cool. I actually we released like a waitlist for attribute and nobody signed up, which sucked. Cause but that's just basically it, right? That's just how it is. Like if people are not signing up, that just means that people don't look for it, or you know people just don't know more about it. So I'm not going to lead with the attribute as a marketing angle. We're just going to be super locked in on our outreach, on our new offer with the growth ecosystems. And yeah, basically after all of the calls are done, I'm going to be sitting down and ideating a lot of the growth ecosystem and how I can structure things and automate parts of it and create like testing frameworks to continuously feed into the new cycle. I'll talk about the system part later on because I've learned a lot about systems and how systems work and how information works and how it flows. So I'll talk about that later. Just right now, just going to actually just relax for a bit, prepare for the call, and yeah, I'll get back to you probably after the calls are done. Thank you, man. Really appreciate that. That's why I'm like taking these calls so I better understand what people actually want and how we can position this. And yeah, alright, boys. So we got done with the 2 calls, or 3 calls we had today, and it really gave me a lot of insights. Like listening to people speak about the content I post, listening to them say nice things about the things I'm doing is obviously very fun. But most of the insights around how these people actually think is also it was so nice because it has given me a lot more confidence on the system I have and the way my content is positioned. It gave me a lot of insights as to exactly where I'm lacking as well, which I didn't expect to get as an insight, but I did get. I understood exactly where my content is lacking. It's lacking in middle of funnel and bottom of funnel and story sequences. I'll just say it to you, story sequences. I'm lacking there a lot because a lot of these people converted because I put the story sequence and they indirectly told me about it. So yeah, I did tell them I'm gonna get back with an offer. One of them was really qualified and really interested to buy my product, really like converted well, which really just gave me like an insight as to exactly how good inbound lead generation and how easy it is. Like it was just so much fun to be on this call and basically like it was so easy, man. It was literally so easy. Like this is why I love inbound and this is why I love content, because it just makes life so much more easier for everything that you do. So basically the insight is that there are a lot of software company owners who are looking for content as a way to get leads, and their main goal is to get more leads, is to get more users. But we cannot guarantee that in a new offer because the users, like people becoming a user, is entirely dependent on the landing page of the website or the landing page of the software, which is nothing to do with what I do. So if we're going to be helping them out with that, we need to change the landing page. So that means we're going to need proof that the landing page that we make actually works. So there's a huge amount of like discrepancies into how we can offer performance-based guarantee. But yeah, it gave me a lot more insights as to exactly what I need to do. So yeah, that was really good. So yeah, basically that's what happened. I'm actually just going to like not work now. I'm really tired. I'm really exhausted. I'm just going to sit down and think for a little bit, maybe work on the vlog and just see how the vlog is done, you know, maybe put it on Instagram. You know what, I'm going to put out an Instagram story for the vlog and how it's going to sound and how it's looking. That's what I'm going to do. So yeah, I'll see you later.
Yeah, Maj. See some more right here.
What it do? Sauce up on you too. You know I'm dripping, baby, and you dripping too. I know you love me, baby, and I love you too. I know you love me, baby, and I love you too.